When we try and find the perfect squat, we're often looking at the wrong reasons. Every single client that I've helped achieve the perfect squat, all making the same mistake, and this is what it was. Now take a look at these three squats and let me know in the comments which one you think is the perfect squat. I think you may be surprised at the answer. The simple answer to that is they are all perfect, and the reason being is they're not causing me any pain to do it. Now, the main reason why they are the perfect squat is we've been taught to look at the squat in completely the wrong way. We've been taught that the perfect squat is how it looks and not how it feels. We are all completely different in terms of how we're put together anatomically. So when we do squat, somebody's squat versus your squat is going to look completely different. It may look the same if you're genetically made up the same, but somebody with a longer femur than you is going to have a much different looking squat than you, but it doesn't mean they've got a better squat or more perfect squat. Now, to achieve this perfect squat, there may be a few different issues that you come across. Two main areas will be ankles and hips. I want to go through some areas that you can work on to mobilize your ankles and hips. They are tight and stopping you from getting that perfect squat. Here are some tests that you can do to see if they are inhibiting your squat. The first area where people often struggle is ankle range. And the way you can test this to see if your ankles are inhibiting your squat is the wall test. So find yourself a wall, get your toes to go all the way up to the skirting boards, keep the hips facing the wall and the both feet facing the wall. Back foot doesn't matter what it does. You basically want to get your knee to the wall, keeping your heel on the floor. So inch backwards every time you can get your knee to touch the wall with your heel staying on the floor. And when you get back to a point where your heel raises off and your knee touches, that means you've got to your range. But what you're looking for is to get at least a fist gap from the wall with the toes, and that means you've got good to average range of the ankle. If you find that your ankles are tight, then here are some really good exercises to help release it. So first of all, we've got the plate stretch. Get the ball of your foot onto a plate or a raised surface of about 2 inches, no more. Straighten out that knee, lean forward to feel the stretch in your calf. Hold it there for about 90 seconds each side, or slowly pulse forward and back for about 20 repetitions. Next, we can release the plantar fascia underneath your foot. So sit down, get a hard tennis ball, golf ball, or lacrosse ball, and roll it without any shoes on. You can keep socks if you want, underneath the foot, and you can feel the plantar fascia releasing as you roll and put medium to hard pressure onto it for about 90 seconds each side. And the last ankle mobility technique will be using a foam roller. So have a sit on the floor, make sure you've not got any trousers on so it can really grip into the calf, and put some more weight with putting the opposite leg on if you feel you need more of a release. Roll forward and back about 30 seconds on each point and go from the ankle up to the knee. Whilst your ankles are mobilizing, there's a quick fix that you can do so you can have the perfect squat, but you're assisted with some plates. So if you find that your ankles are inhibited, get some small plates or something that raises your heel up by about 1 inch, and that means you can perform the squat whilst your ankles are mobilizing with the exercises. If you find that you just can't get down into a deep squat and your hips are tight, I'll give you 3 exercises that you can do to mobilize your hips. The first one is the seated Buddha. Sit on the floor with your knees externally rotated, feet together, hold onto your feet and lean forward. If you find that you can't lean forward into this position, just sit onto some pillows so you've raised up your hips. Hold that for about 90 seconds. Next, we've got the assisted deep squat. So hold on to something in front of you so that you don't fall backwards, and then sit into the squat and just rock around in that position for 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever feels comfortable. Then in that position, you can push the knees out and shift the weight from side to side so you can really get into that deep hip socket joint. And lastly, we've got the adductor stretch. So go onto one knee, sit down onto that heel, elongate one leg out to the side about 90 degrees at the hips, and just slowly pulse forward and to the side so you can feel the stretch as you pulse into your adductor and into your hamstring. Do about 15 to 20 pulses or about 90 seconds each. So I hope you now feel that your squat can be perfect, even if you feel like your hips and ankles are tight and that you haven't managed to achieve your squat. The perfect squat is how it feels, not how it looks. In future videos, if you want to, let me know in the comments. I can give you some ways to program your squats to get your strength better once you've increased your mobility and you feel more confident in your own squat. If this has helped at all, please do like and subscribe or share to a friend that might need it. I'll see you in the next video.